Wow. I wish I had the sun. Oh, there it is. There it is. Am I live? Where's everybody at? It says there's nobody here. Are they messing with me on YouTube again? Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Wear my American mask. America, the beautiful, the no longer going to be free country very, very soon. And besides, I have to social distance. You know, it's going to become the next law. Sorry, I humor myself. Hey, y'all, look at this beautiful spot. Sorry for the delay. I put the wrong time in YouTube and on my Patreon. I hope you can see that view. This is alongside 89A, and down below me is Oak Creek Canyon. Great Oak Creek and Oak Creek Canyon. So anyway, lots of delays. Have you all noticed? By the way, thank you all for joining me live, and thank you all who watched the replay of this video. Thank you to all my members and supporters of Awakening Your Spirit Patreon community, along with everybody, all my peeps. My name is Joseph Tittel, aka Spiritman. Today is March 4th, 2021, and this is your weather prediction update for today. But first, be sure to subscribe down below if you're on YouTube, or if you end up on Rumble or any other platform. And on Facebook, you can find me under Psychic Medium Joseph Tittel and like that page and set your settings for notifications. Be sure to set your notifications for YouTube, and Patreon members, be sure to do so too. Anyway, so lots of gratitude and love to you all on this day. I wore this shirt that I found from 25 years ago. I figured you'd all like it and agree. It's funny. It's kind of funny, right? It's probably older than some of you online right now. Sorry for the passing cars, but I rushed to get on here, and I stopped at the first point I could coming out of the canyon where I could get a connection of sorts. Anyway, so y'all may have heard by now or may not have heard. So those who may not, you're going to hear now about the earthquakes and the activity of the earthquakes that has happened outside of the coast of New Zealand. Now, a lot of the stuff that I do when I do live events is channeled through. Even when I sit and meditate and information flows through me throughout the day, it just randomly comes to me and I run to the computer and I type it in detail. But when I'm reading that live or doing live predictions, more information flows through. So I don't remember all that information. There's no way I can actually remember all that stuff, especially stuff that just rolls out in channeling information. So therefore, I do remember some things, and I know that I did map scrying. I'm the only one out there that does it. And I've done, y'all that follow me long enough know that I brought up the map and did map scrying and explained that to you. It's kind of like gazing into a crystal ball. And I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, it was either late last year or the January New Year's annual prediction show that I brought up the map and I showed you. It might be part 2 of the prediction show, areas of the globe, and that's when I did map scrying, and I talked about New Zealand. I talked about Australia. What's really creepy is I'm working on part 3 predictions, which will be live tomorrow evening for exclusively to my tier 2 and tier 3 level Patreon members, and then will be available to my tier 1 Patreon supporters by tomorrow, and then we will premiere that on YouTube sometime next week, so keep an eye out for that. But I was actually getting a flow of information all week, and I wrote stuff about Australia and New Zealand yesterday, which is really interesting. This morning, they had all those earthquakes. One of them was an 8.1 earthquake, which, don't quote me on this, but I know that's one of the biggest ones ever on the planet Earth. And from my recollection, the last one that hit that big was the one that hit Japan exactly 10 years ago, March 11th, 2011. And we're not at March 11th yet. We're closing in on March 11th, right? We're closing in on it. Today's the 4th, 4, 5, 6, 7, not that that matters. So we're in a 5-year, 8-month, 9-day. Not that that adds up to anything. I'm not a numerologist. I was just thinking out loud. But there's more to come, folks. Big, big things that come. I've been talking about the big waves. I've been talking about the tsunamis. And don't quote me on again exact areas, because when I did the map scrying, I did, you know, bring up certain areas of the globe, and hopefully you'll leave comments down below. If you know what video that I talk about this in, comment a timestamp if you know how, or comment where that time in the video I talk about that. I'm pretty sure it was specifically a weather video that I did. So, and I haven't had time to look. But folks, more to come. The Earth shifts. We are in the post shadow of the Mercury retrograde until the 13th, Saturday, the 13th of March. And it always goes out with a bang. And people that don't really follow these cycles that I've been talking about for a long time with predictions and the Earth shift, only one that actually did, I don't know if anybody does now, but they're approximately 8-week cycles. Most people only refer to the direct retrograde instead of the actual entire cycle. The whole cycle matters big time. Obviously, you feel it right now. Have you noticed how quickly since Sunday, approximately, time has accelerated once again? And we have accelerated in time and space. And things are just moving even faster, way faster, which is interesting. It's getting dark. Hopefully you can see me. I tried to get here by light. Oh, there we go. My computer was dark. So the other thing is it always goes out with a bang. And what's today, 4th? We still got 9 days left, folks. And the 11th, March 11th anniversary, 10-year anniversary of Japan's tsunami earthquake, 8.1, which New Zealand had today. Tsunami watch is on the way. There's more to come. And I would not be at all surprised that on March 11th, they meaning the darkness that actually has the ability to modify the weather, which is actually a fact. The government talked about it since, I think, 1950s. I showed you the Illuminati card. Those cards that were printed in early 90s. And they have a Tsunami Japan card that tells you straight up that they were going to do it. And they did. And that was 9 years before they actually did it. So today, when I was looking at the earthquake map, I wasn't even thinking. I was just glancing and scrying at the earthquake map that shows you where the earthquakes were. And it hit me. They're testing new equipment, is what I heard from Spirit. They're testing new equipment to see. And they started off slow, and they're going bigger and bigger. It's not necessarily new equipment of doing whatever they do. It is updated equipment. Like they updated the software, for example. And this is only a test. And now they have completed their test. And then they will move on to their mission. I do recall saying in my annual New Year's Day predictions that the country, the Earth, was going to receive the biggest earthquake ever recorded in history, approximately close to 10.0. So 8.1, they tested their equipment. They got it the same as they did for Japan. So the tsunami warnings that are in effect, I do believe that they will, die down a bit when they hit certain coast areas. And they're not going to hit the coast that they tell you. They're going to hit somewhere else. Also, I saw that somebody sent me that Hawaii had a tsunami warning today. I actually got that before I related it to the earthquake when I read the article. And I recall very clearly talking about Hawaii in my predictions. Maybe the same weather video. I don't believe that there's a tsunami going towards Hawaii. If I remember correctly, which I'm pretty sure I am, there is, in my predictions, I talked about a huge volcano erupting in the middle. I don't know if I mentioned anything about weather or anything as far as tsunamis. If I have, again, please leave it in the comments down below on YouTube. Please do not send me emails with information. Do not send me private Facebook messages or messages on any of my social media. Leave comments on YouTube below, because they're the ones I pay attention when it comes to information and feedback from all of you. But I wanted to check in with you all because I haven't had time to do so. And after all this happened today, it was important that I got on here and acknowledge the fact that, the information that I got about this, let you all know about the, part 3 predictions that's coming out. And I will also be doing monthly predictions and making a whole bunch of reboots when it comes to the work, when it comes to my Awakening Your Spirit Patreon community, which I plan and hope to launch on April 1st, after we're out of this cycle. Maybe even Spring Equinox, but that's right around the corner. That's the other thing, folks, Spring Equinox. It's all about rebirth and transformation. Retrograde cycles and the energy shifts are all about letting go, getting rid of, and the earth awakening more and more, and the people awakening. So that's exactly what's happening. The earth's shifting. She's going to go out with a bang. These earthquakes ain't nothing. They were out in the ocean. They didn't really affect the lands. They will. Look out for March 11th. Just watch out for that date. Watch out for March 9th, because 9 and 3 is an 11. If you're not familiar with the number 11, and 22 and 33 master numbers, Jesus's number was 33. Well, the dark state Illuminati, Freemasons, or whatever they are, use those numbers to their advantage because they're master powerful numbers. Any event that happens like 9/11 plus 9/11, 9 plus 1 is 11. They basically are purposely telling you, yeah, this is us. This is us. We're doing this. We're in control, not you. And they're losing the fight, folks. They're losing the fight. I got great, juicy information flowing for you in the part 3 predictions. It's going to flow really well. So again, keep an eye out for that. I haven't watched the chat. Let me go peek in the chat for a moment. When you subscribe down below, make sure you hit notifications. Also, I'm going to be working on a video first for my Patreon supporters, and then it won't end up on here because I already have one strike against me, and I don't want to lose this channel because I have a large following here. It took me a while to build, and eventually y'all will move over to new platforms when the time aligns. I'm thinking that'll be by the end of this year and the new year when they actually launch a new platforms for social media, one like Facebook, one like Google and YouTube. There's a lot of them out there, but my feel is the one that's going to take over their spot hasn't arrived yet. If it's out there, then people don't know about it. Hey, look, there's 777 playbacks already. That is friggin' cool. That is pretty cool. That's a big number. That's another master number. 21, it adds up 2 or 3. So that must mean something too. I don't know what, but that's kind of interesting. Chat, wait, where's everybody at in this chat room? Is everything like, wait. Yeah, I think this is inaccurate. But anyway, I think my chat closed again. Thank you, Mercury Retrograde. My hotspot box is about to die, and I don't want it to die in the middle of a broadcast, and it's dark out. And I got to go feed my tummy and get back home to my baby girl. But I wanted to update you all, and again, I will give you more detailed information on this. I wrote it yesterday. It happened today. It's happened to me many times where I've written predictions, and by the time I put them out, things already float. But what I got on New Zealand and Australia last night is more very detailed information of what is to come with the earth shift and the earth changes. So here we are, folks. Look out for, again, the 11th, the 9th of March, the 11th, the 13th, because they use that 13. If it was Friday the 13th, then I would guarantee that they would be doing something because it's the last day of the post-shadow retrograde. But anyway, folks, love you all lots. Thank you for your love, support. If anybody actually put any chat cash through, I didn't see any because my chat's frozen. Thank you for that. I can't do this work and put all this content out to you all if you didn't support me the way you do. My Patreon members, again, are the biggest support to help me be able to put this content out to you. And YouTube is the second biggest help. And sadly, last month, because I got suspended like I was in grade school because they didn't like what I said, all that totally kind of screwed that up for me. See, they don't care that you depend on this for your income to pay bills. They don't care. YouTube could care less because their ads don't do crap. Remember October of last year, they stripped 50% of all my income and told me something that blamed me for using some kind of something that upped visits to my videos. October is my busiest month of the year. Hello. Yeah. Whatever, doesn't matter. It's YT for you. It's Lucifer and his little army of demons. Gotta go, folks. My thing just beeped and we're dying out. Love you all lots. Subscribe below. And I'll see you in the future, the very near future. God bless. Love yourself. Love others. Celebrate life. Celebrate you. And the amazing blessings and miracles that flow into your life of abundance, joy, and happiness each and every day. The more you do, the more you get. Spiritman signing off. Have a great evening and a great weekend.